Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender show with the last of it. It's Easter Sunday. Hope you've been cracking those eggs open and taking it easy, just having a little piece of chocolate before your big Sunday roast, or have you just been eating egg after egg after egg and you don't want your Sunday roast? Well, I'm not too sure the way that goes. I'm not too sure how many leagues have opened up their pitches for Sunday or Easter Sunday games, if any. But I do know there's going to be a lot of tournaments out tomorrow, so we put a post up earlier on, and the post was basically loads of respect on and off the field of play. When you crack that egg open, remember, crack open a bit of encouragement, or unwrap a bit of encouragement and fair play when you're at grassroots football, especially tomorrow. Bank holiday Monday. Let's just hope that all the tournaments go well if you've got one on. The weather's not going to be too bad tomorrow. I don't think there's much rain. We might have a little bit of rain, but it's going to be overcast. But hey ho, that's not too bad to what we've had last night. That wind was horrendous. I think it was about 65, 70 mile an hour. You could hear it. Even our telly was high, but you could hear the winds howling. You could hear the bins blowing. Everyone was checking their cars this morning because there's bins all over the place. Unreal. Yeah, lock, stock and barrel. Everything was blown over last night. So let's just hope all your fences are all nice and safe. And when you wake up in the morning, you haven't got, oh dear me, where's the nails, where's the screwdriver, we've got to fix that fence. Or you've woke up and there's no fence, you don't know where it's gone, and your trampoline's ended up miles away. It's one of those things when you get these high winds. We've had a couple of them the last few weeks, but this was Storm David apparently, that came in, and it was raining. It wasn't torrential rain, it was just rain. It was more windy, wasn't it? And we're getting the back end of that now. It must be about 30 mile an hour gusts. So it's dying down a lot, but the wind is still there and it's still bitter, cold. It's unreal. For what we've had at the moment, are we going to have a really poor summer, or are we going to have a hot summer? I think a very hot summer, and it's going to last us for a whole day. Anyway, we might be lucky and get 2 days out of it. Well, that's our summer, but let's just see what the weather brings anyway. And that's us in the UK, little old UK. We've got to get used to it. Grin and bear it, and we talk football, don't we? That's all we talk about, football. And we've got to talk about football yesterday because it was the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Now, okay, we lost 4-0. It wasn't a 4-0 game to me, but everyone is insisting, the pundits, the whole lot, that it was. We lost to Manchester City 4-0. We could have been 2-0 up. Wasn't to be. And as Slot says, we're not taking our chances. He's right. He's 100% right. You can't put the blame, all the blame, on the manager, because I thought we played some brilliant football there yesterday. We started off, and it wasn't about, oh yeah, we were good for 30 minutes, which they're all making out. I thought we were superb for 30 minutes. And to me, you know, the penalties they're played for now in the box, real time, years ago, dear me, that would never have been given for a penalty. Not in a million years. Honestly, it's just the players are pushing themselves into. He could have stayed up on his feet. Honestly, most of the penalties that are given now are just a bit petty. Honestly, in football, 9 times out of 10, a tackle like that on the outfield, it wouldn't have even been given a foul, but because it was in the penalty box, that was it. And I wasn't too sure, if you look at that goalkeeper, whether it was well, he dived forward. So I think he was off his line by the time that ball came. Have a good look at it. It wasn't pointed out, but I think you're supposed to stand on your line and move across, keep one foot on the line. But I'm sure both feet were off it if you look closely. Anyway, that changed the game. It did. Liverpool seemed to start blaming themselves, and they were looking at it and they were thinking, we're not going to win this. Instead of going at that Man City team, because they were there for the taking, you could see it, and we just let them play the game. Now people are saying that's the best they've ever seen Manchester City play. It's the best they've ever seen them play because they scored 4 goals. That's what they're saying. It was 4-0. That should have been like a 1-0, 2-0 game. If you look at the game, if you look at the defensive errors, yeah, that's where we were. If you look when we were attacking, if you looked at the likes of Man City, everyone was in the box, throwing the bodies around. That was the missing part of Liverpool yesterday in the defensive area. They weren't throwing the tackles in, they weren't wanting the ball, they weren't putting the players under pressure who were attacking them. And that's the way it should have been. That's me, that's my honest opinion. Not anyone else's honest opinion. It's me. And I just thought, second half, yeah, okay. But the stats tell you everything. Now, you can say, wow, it's a 90-minute game plus, and I couldn't understand why there was no added time. It just didn't make sense to me. Yes, the game was over, and it looks like, well, we may as well end it. We won't give the added time because of all the substitutions that were made. And I can't understand why. And I'd like to know why there was no added time whatsoever. We could have been 5-0 down, yeah. Salah could have scored 2 or 3 goals himself. Ekitike missed an open goal. Well, it should have been on target anyway, but he should have buried it. Anyway, I'm looking at things like this. But they're my stats, that's what I'm saying. And if you look at Haaland, he wasn't in the game. He really wasn't. He scores the penalty, wasn't in the game. Yeah, makes it 1-0. Header, decent header, but it should have been more tighter. He shouldn't have got that head to the ball, and maybe our goalie should have been positioned a lot better if you look at his positioning as well, because obviously back on your line gives you the chance to dive either way, you know what I mean, but he was off his line and had no chance of clawing that goal out. And then the third goal was just one of those things, wasn't it? It was there, just hit it, the ball goes in, and the defence again should have put a foot in. Van Dijk maybe had been tighter on him. He just let him, he backed off him, simple as that. But Haaland, the stats, 16 touches in the game and scored 3 goals. 16 touches in a whole game, 90 minutes plus it should have been. I don't know. Okay, he was taken off, he was substituted, but 16 touches just tells you everything. Scores 3 goals, and you can't say that, wow, that's all you want as a striker. You want everyone to have a lot more than 16 touches in a game. Surely. Dear me. But anyway, it's one of those things. We're out. Arsenal are out. It could be failures. Lucky enough they're 9 points clear because they can easily defend that and get themselves going again. But I wouldn't have said Manchester City were world beaters there. I would not have said they played some good stuff, same as Liverpool played some good stuff. But if you look at the stats at the second half, we would still had the ball, we were just passing it round. So the possession, I think we would have had more. I haven't seen the stats on possession, but it's just one of those things, and you know, if you can put the ball in the net, there you go. It's the greatest game ever. You beat a team 4-0, you don't have to do much to get the stats. That's the best you've ever played all season. It was, and as Haaland said, they were poor in the first half. They were poor because Liverpool were dominating, and that's the way football goes. That's the way they say things. That's the way the pundits look at it. They look at 4 goals, they don't look at stats. We could have played better, a lot better, but to be honest, I can't see how we can blame our manager for Liverpool missing chances. They should have put them away, and that would have been a different story. And the game, okay, you can say, everyone's shouting and screaming for Alonso, and he hasn't done anything really as a manager, has he? For, you know, Real Madrid, world-class players. What is the real story behind that? What is the real story? We haven't even heard about the real story. How he was getting on with the players, what's happening in the background. I'd love to know. I'd love that to come out. But the fans are screaming because he was an ex-Liverpool player. You know, you may as well have Gerrard, who's an ex-Liverpool player. You may as well. It does make sense to me. And the fans leaving early, 4-0 down, and I don't think it was because we were 4-0 down, it was a protest. I think it was 4-0 down and there's no way getting back into it, and people wanted to get home. It was just one of those things. You go, well, we're not going to score 5 goals here, are we? We're not going to go score 4 and go into extra time. It was just one of those things, and what they're all saying now is you all should stay till the very end. Well, people want to get home, they've still got to try. Those, honestly, the traffic, 8,000 fans, Liverpool fans, getting home to Liverpool, you'd have been on that motorway for God knows how long. It normally takes you 35, 40 minutes, if that, on a motorway. But I've talked to fans who took them nearly 2 hours to get home, so it tells you everything, doesn't it? And I don't think it's all about that. All we need to do is get Liverpool to start believing in themselves and attack from the word go, or play their game from the word go. If you go a goal down, fight back and go, like Southampton against Arsenal. Absolutely brilliant. It was, you know, that's more of a worry than probably Manchester City against Liverpool. But to be honest, 4-0 down, Alisson out of goal. We could do with him back in. He's going to miss PSG. That is the weakness at the moment. And your defence has got to look at it. I don't know how many goals our new goalkeepers conceded at the moment, but it's quite a few. I just can't see any world-class saves off him. And I don't think I have since he's been in. And I'm wondering what we've got. What sort of a keeper have we got, to be honest? Kelleher, dear me, what a difference that would have made, honestly. Having him in goal, and there's more confidence in the defence. Anyway, I'm going on about Liverpool that much, yet without well done to Manchester City for winning. They'll go on probably and win that, because I can't see any tough teams in there. I can't see. I'll give you the draw. This is my draw. It's going to be Manchester City versus Southampton and Chelsea versus West Ham or Leeds. That's what I see. That's what I see. I can't see Man City versus Chelsea. I really can't. So it's going to make it for the likes of, you know, probably 2 Premier League or top teams. I'd love Southampton to get the likes, to get to Wembley, give them a chance, you know, Southampton to get the winners of West Ham and Leeds. But I forecast the FA Cup draw. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if that works. Anyway, Man City could still go on and win the treble. I doubt it very much, because Arsenal have had a blip. It's got to be their title. It's got to be in their hands. And the concentration will be all on the league, to be honest, because Sporting Lisbon, I think they play in the Champions League next week. We're away to PSG. We only have to do or play our European game. Those players, Liverpool players, are up for the Champions League. Honestly, it's a different ball game. It was an open game yesterday, Liverpool-Manchester City. It was great to watch for neutral eye, I suppose, and that's what you get when you sit. You know, teams don't sit back; they go to end to each other. That's what I like to see. Great football. Fans must enjoy that sort of thing. Not the scoreline, albeit, but I would not go as far as blaming the manager, which a lot of fans are doing. Get him out. See me, that wouldn't have changed any score. If the players are missing open goals, see me, get them out. Is that what we should be saying? Not the manager. Anyway, they have to stand up and be counted against PSG on Wednesday. When PSG will be rubbing their hands in, gloating about it and thinking, wow, we'll go at them like Man City. Well, Liverpool were different. Liverpool might just create those chances and score that goal. And if I'm correct, we beat them 1-0 last year. Yeah, it should have been about 6-1 to PSG. But I don't think PSG will perform like that again. I really don't. Liverpool should have a man-to-man and go at them. Go at them, get that goal. Get that goal, maybe 1-2. We were not lucky at Anfield. But Liverpool, with the fans behind them, will be a different team on Wednesday, I assure you. It'll be closer than what you think. Maybe a draw, maybe a Liverpool win. But PSG, honestly, it won't be 4, 5, 6, whatever everyone's talking about. It's not going to be. I'm not too sure about our keeper. He has to play a blinder. He has to get better. That is the weakness that we have at the moment. And let's just hope he shines through. I was hoping he did that yesterday. With a few of those chances, come out, blocked them, but wasn't to be. Anyway, well done to Southampton as well. And Chelsea, a foregone conclusion, that one, wasn't it? Port Vale, 7-0, tells you everything. And that's about their level at the moment, the way they're playing. But everyone will stand up and admit, you know, we played no one really. So there you go, the draw's this evening, and let's see if I'm right on the draw. Anyway, if you've been out and about at grassroots football, please, 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 loads of respect. That's what it's all about. We need this from the sidelines. The kids are future. They're going to be Premier League players sometime, one day. You know, we've got to believe in that, and we've got to look after them, and you've got to show them encouragement. You've got to give them good attitudes from the sidelines onto the field of play. This is what we need, this is what we want. Good support all round. If you've had any tournaments today or any games today, then let's just hope that whatever you played, there was loads of respect on and off the field of play. You want to let the children play and leave the referees to officiate. And that goes for every single game. Don't forget, for our Respect Awareness campaign, that's on the 12th. It begins next weekend at the Virtu Trophy final. And that's Stockport versus Luton Town. Stockport are playing well, actually, against Luton Town. Who's going to be the winners? We want to get loads of images if we can, loads of memorabilia if we can, sent to us from the EFL, and we appreciate their support. They've been absolutely fantastic, like they are every year, honestly. They really bend over backwards. The PGMO, they're doing the same. Thank you so much for all the officials who will be wearing the t-shirts during the warm-ups. We also have, yes, we also have the Premier League fixtures the weekend after that one, and we need to get a confirmation back off Liverpool and Everton that they're supporting it this year. I haven't heard anything, and I'm just worried about my emails not getting through. I've sent all the press release and the poster out, and I've sent them out to the Daily Mirror as well. Let's just hope that they all come back and do a storyline on it, because it's needed. It really is. You've got these posters coming out now from all county FAs. 4-year ban, great. Fines, great. Let them know what's happening at grassroots football. You want the kids to play and enjoy it and develop their skills. Same as the referees, who are probably minor referees. They're all still at school. You've got to see them, you know, experienced referees as well. That's fantastic. We've got it all, and we need to look after them and keep the referees within the game. But talking to a county FA official not so long ago, they were telling me that they're inundated with referees, which is a great sign. So we've got plenty coming, if a lot are going as well. And thank you so much for the County FA, Liverpool County FA, the PFA have been absolutely brilliant. Sheffield and District Junior League, Lostock Hall, Quarry Green, they're all on board. Everyone's getting on board with the National Respect Awareness weekends, and there's 2 of them, so I've got to really pull the stops out, and we want all Premier League clubs to get on board and support us as well, please. And let's hope that the PFA, backing us to the hilt this year, can make it a difference. And the WSL as well, please. Could you put that on your website? Thank you so much. They're on board on a logo now with the PGMO. If you look at that, it's a great logo. We'll be putting that out over the next few days. We're really battering it on social media. Keep your eyes open and keep the support going, please. Now, if your club needs it, fantastic. Get a message to me, mal@don'ttexttheline.com. I will send you out the press release and also the poster for the Respect Awareness. Now, we need everyone behind this. Please, we don't want to hear stories about verbal abuse, aggressive behaviour, racist comments or bullying on the sidelines, on the touchlines, on the field of play. Let's knock that in the head. Let's have a zero tolerance to all that, and let's all start encouraging the kids to play and leaving the referees alone to officiate. Makes a massive difference. So wherever you're out and about, even tomorrow, please make sure in your tournaments that you take all this with you. Remember, Mal Lee said, loads of respect today, loads of encouragement. Let's get behind the kids, let's get behind the referee. Let's all enjoy it, because you only live once and life is too short, and you need to support your child and let them develop on their own. Leave the coach to coach. You don't have to do that, and leave the official to referee. You don't have to do that either, because you are spectators. We don't want irate spectators on the field of play. Don't want irate spectators on the sidelines. We just need them to stay at home if they are irate, because that will make a difference to each and every one of us at grassroots football. If the irate spectators and parents stayed away, and we know it's only a minority. Leave the referees to officiate and leave the kids to play. And honestly, you can today certainly enjoy your Easter eggs. You really can. You can sit, unwrap them and fill your face full of chocolate as much as you want later on and be sick tomorrow. But not if you've got football, because one Easter egg per minute is no good. You need to make it one Easter egg per every couple of hours if you can. And I'm sure you've got loads of them and it's going to make you sick. Loads of Easter eggs there for you. But hey ho, it's one of those things. So whenever you're out and about, especially today, especially tomorrow and all this week, please make sure that you respect your referee on and off the field of play and leave the kids to play. That's what grassroots football is all about. And please get in touch if you want a press release or a poster about Don't Cross the Line for the Respect Awareness Weekends this April. It's come around so fast, it is unreal. Thanks to the Premier League as well for extending the Respect Awareness Weekend. We need loads of support, we need the media to pick it all up. Please concentrate on these t-shirts and we want you to vote and nominate for your referee of the year and send them in to us, mal@don'ttexttheline.com. If you want an application form to nominate your referee, get in touch once again. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again Friday. I'm not too sure whether Dan's back because he's still in Spain, lapping it all up, enjoying his Easter break like many of us. So put your feet up. I'm back in work tomorrow. I'm not enjoying my Easter break, not in a million years. And I've had a little teeny bit of chocolate. So that's about all it will do. But I'm doing a lot of hard work as well. We're almost here. We need just the software putting in and we're done. We're done. We'll be going live. We'll be going differently. We'll be having the guests coming. Honest to God, just watch out for us in the next few days. The next week or so, we'll keep you informed. Software should only take 2 hours to upload and then we're done. Thank you once again for tuning in. For myself, Mal Lee and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line Respect Programme, Heart of Gold initiatives, one step ahead on mental health, no ref, no game. Lean on Me are quiet. We'll be in touch with them soon. We'll be bringing them in the studio as well. So there's loads of information and loads of guests on the way in to the Grassroots Podcast Show with Mal Lee and his team. And we'll see you soon. See you on Friday. Put your feet up, relax and enjoy your bank holiday Easter weekend. Cheerio for now.